Porn is disgusting. And by the end of this video, I'm gonna give you some reasons that will make you quit. You might not see your porn addiction as an addiction. You might just see it as watching some videos in the same way that you'd see watching YouTube videos. You might watch it once a day, twice a day, maybe even once or twice a week. But the ultimate thing is that if you are watching porn in any time capacity, you have a serious problem and serious addiction, because porn is by far and large one of the most destructive, disgusting, and difficult to break habits and addictions of this entire industry. It limbically hijacks probably the most visceral, primal, and the biggest need that we possibly have as men is hijacked by porn, and it latches onto porn, and that makes it so hard to quit. And so let me assist you in the pursuit of helping this. First of all, porn makes you a cuck. Okay, cuckoldry or being a cuck means that you get off watching your wife or your girlfriend with other men. I'm not saying or judging that being a cuck is a bad thing. I don't care what people do sexually. I don't care what people are into. But by far and large, by default, most men are not born with that set of psychological conditions that would give assent to cuckoldry. When you watch porn, if it's a woman and a man, you're a cuck. Even if you watch a woman by herself, you're still a cuck, because you can't get her, you don't deserve her, and she'd never be sexually interested in you. And this is a real problem with porn, is because what it does is it unconsciously makes you think you're better than you are. And it means that you stop trying hard everywhere else in life because you're satiating a primal core visceral need of achieving sexual arousal or achieving sexual, releasing your sexual desire in some way. And so when you watch porn, what you're telling your brain unconsciously is, oh, this woman is sexually accessible to me, and therefore I don't have to work as hard, I don't have to quit video games, I don't have to get in shape and find a good body, and I can completely absolve myself of any bloody responsibility that I could possibly need to have to fix my life and get myself in order, because the primal core motivation for men is women. Look, if you're trying to get rid of porn, you're probably also trying to improve yourself in other areas of your life, and one of those areas is probably making your own money and becoming financially free. If you click the first link in the description, I have an entirely free step-by-step 6-week program that walks you through how to start a business and start making money online so you can become financially free. It's entirely free. There's no credit card required, and it took me a year to build. So check it out and let's get on with the video. The reason that we do so many things is for sex. And when you're satiating that need through porn, you strip yourself of any bloody reason to actually get out of bed in the morning and improve yourself, because unconsciously, biologically, you're getting what you need. If you're in a relationship and you watch porn, you are a bad person. And I'm not here to judge you or tell you that, but let me tell you something about this. A lot of people watch porn in relationships, and it's very normalized, specifically in modernity and in the society that we have these days. A lot of people in relationships watch porn, and especially openly. People be open with their partners. Let me ask you a question. Remove the screen and put yourself in the room where the porn's happening, and then masturbate. Are you cheating? Do you feel psychologically or emotionally conflicted about that? Yes, of course you would, because that would be cheating. If you're in the room that it happens, you wouldn't do it. So why are you doing it in a different room, just 1,000 miles away on a screen? It's the same thing. It's the same stimuli. Why would the proximity of your physical body being engaged in the scene or near the scene of the crime have any level of bearing on whether you watch it or not? So why would, this is the thing, is it, and then you're going to try and defend this point right now. Oh, but no, but I need it. Sometimes my girlfriend doesn't want to have sex with me. Your girlfriend doesn't want to have sex with you, and the reason you and your girlfriend don't have sex anywhere near as much as you could is because you and maybe she, you're both watching porn. Human beings, we have this thing called sexual energy, okay? And I'm not going to get all hippie, weird and woke on you. I'm not going to get all chakra on you, but what I'm saying is we have sexual energy, especially men, right? It's our primal, most visceral force of energy is the will to have sex and the will to mate and the will to reproduce. What you need to understand is that energy is there for you to build a relationship, okay? Fundamentally, that's my belief in this. You could argue the whole polygamy thing and having lots of wives, but I don't care about that. It's entirely up to you what you think. I've got a girlfriend, and we've been together for 6-7 months. And in that time, I have not engaged in porn, and I didn't watch porn before, and I completely got rid of my addiction quite a few years ago now, and I haven't looked back since. It's now that once you stop watching it and once you haven't seen it for a long time, any sort of pornographic content that comes out kind of disgusts you. Like the lusting disgusts you. Like if I was ever on Instagram, and I had someone on my feed, a lustful thing, it makes you feel a bit icky and weird, and you start to sort of distance yourself from this. And this is also how you get trapped by women. But back to my girlfriend. Because I haven't watched any of this stuff in a long time, my brain is conditioned to channel all of my sexual energy into the relationship. And this is how you form a deep, meaningful, long-term bond. When all of that energy is going to one person, and you can, that's an image for you. When all of that energy is going to one person, to one relationship, you actually fall in love. And this is the other downside to porn. It's a crippling downside. It's a huge downside. Is porn keeps you in a lustful state. And what it does is it continuously engages the lustful part of your psyche and your shadow and your unconscious. And so what that means is when you come to try to build a meaningful connection or a meaningful relationship, you can't do it because you've got one foot out of the door fundamentally. A lot of people are in relationships for years and years and years and they never get married. And one of the reasons behind that is because the man won't commit to the woman. Because it's so destigmatized and it's so accepted and it's so yeah, of course he watches porn, everyone watches porn, because everyone does it. That doesn't mean that it's not awful. It completely crushes your ability to form a loving, meaningful connection. When you think about this river that you've got, this sexual energy river, if it just flows in one direction, it will flow with ferocity, and you're going to get so much volume of water through one river, right? But if you're watching porn and every other day you're wanking off to some different girl or masturbating to some different image in your head or whatever, then that energy is going off in all sorts of different directions, ultimately diluting the river and filtering it. But when you send it all in one place, you can form a proper deep connection, fall in love. You can't change your past. You know, in my past, when I was between 18 and probably like 24, 25, had an incredibly lustful past. Once I became a millionaire, I didn't get any girls when I was a teenager, so I kind of slept around a bit and, you know, had a fun time and stuff, and I can't change that. So I can still ask for, you know, virtue, but not be able to deliver it myself because of my position in with my resources, my money, etc., my business. But at the same time, it's not about what you've done, it's about what you do. Okay, you can't change all the times that you've masturbated to porn. You can't change all the god-awful stuff you've seen. You can change the future. And here's another thing that porn does that's so damaging, is it makes you weird. Some of the stuff, let me talk to you directly here. I'm talking to the entire audience here, but you directly. Some of the stuff that you've got off to, some of the stuff that you've masturbated to, you're probably not very proud of. You know, you've probably had post-nut clarity before thinking, what the hell have I done? The reason that's happened is because when you think about what used to sexually arouse you at the beginning of your addiction, or, you know, whatever you'd call it, your habit, you could have literally masturbated to a girl in a bloody tight top or a bikini. But now you probably have to watch some heinously dark shit to get off. You know, and that's fine. I'm not judging you for it, but the reason that you're there and the reason that you're so far away from what's probably normal and pure and just healthy is because there's levels to porn in terms of darkness and weird shit, right? Because of that, at the beginning you start watching all the vanilla stuff, which is honestly quite healthy and, you know, whatever, it's just normal. But if you watch enough of that, you become numb to it, and your monkey sort of esque dopamine chasing, serotonin loving brain is just trying to climb this ladder of feeling good and good and good. And the only way it can climb that ladder is by finding porn and by finding videos that are more extreme, more explicit, and more just probably dark and weird. And you don't want to get there. You know, I managed to cut my addiction off before I got too far down that line because I realized I was going down a slippery slope. But you've got to stop. Like, dude, do not let your balls determine the trajectory of your existence. Let your brain do that and think. Stop doing it. It's horrible. It's going to turn you into a way worse person. It's going to strip you of any motivation you have to improve your life, get rich, become healthy, or do anything. It's going to ruin your relationship with your kids and your future wife. And on top of that, it makes you a cuck and it makes you a bit of a weirdo. So let's stop it. If you click the first link in the description, I have an entirely free, step-by-step 6-week program that walks you through how to start a business and start making money online so you can become financially free. It's entirely free. There's no credit card required, and it took me a year to build.